Oh god.
It's
So
begun.
you guys know about a really bad disease called Ebola?
God damn it.
Suck that,
Shut the fuck
TJ.
up. I'm not doing an E counter. I don't care if we say Ebola 100 times this podcast. I'm not counting it.
I love how
What are we not supposed to say?
Ebola.
that laugh. That
Alright, so let's start.
No, wait. That laugh that I just belted out straight away is going to sound really bad now.
No, it's
someone
gonna
that's
sound
not
awesome.
used to the other podcasts are going to come in and go, "Why are they laughing at Ebola? It's really serious." Go back and listen to the other ones, and you'll understand why.
Oh, yeah.
TJ.
I'm not gonna lie.
Just
I kind of want Ebola.
Just skip to the end of the last 2, 3 podcasts, and you'll see. No, the last 2, I guess, or the last one, because I just kept counting.
No,
But-
real talk though. Is that I would love to get Ebola. Because if you live, apparently you're super immune to it from then on. I want to be a super
shut
immune
up.
Ebola guy. No, you know what? It's a good theory.
That,
feel-
Wait, I need to start the
that's a
podcast
Gavin
officially.
theory. That's a Gavin theory from the podcast. He said he
It
wanted to
totally
get Ebola
is.
first, so he would get all the attention.
Okay, but I thought that before he did. He just took my idea. I just happen to
you
agree
thought-
with him.
You thought something dumb before Gavin did.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Shifty Key Podcast. I am Luis, aka SpartanSloth, and today we have...
TDBTyler.
Oh, I see what you did there.
TJ1023.
TJ1023. Sorry.
And Gus.
TDBTyler. Spencer, did you want to say yours again?
I am Spencer, aka Darkside89X, finally let out of the basement from Podcast 11.
Yay! I didn't see what the big
infamous
deal was.
Pokemon banging podcast.
You
That was
brought it
me.
up straight away.
Yeah, of course
No,
we
I
were.
did not bring that up.
No,
straight away.
not you, Luis. Luis brought it up.
Okay.
What, Ebola?
Not doing it.
This is the most... we didn't even set any topics for this podcast because we just knew it was going to go straight into madness. You know?
We can just ride off the insanity of the last podcast.
I would just like
felt
to point
bad.
out I am not responsible for it this time.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go back in the basement.
I'm behaving myself. Everything is above the table. It's all legit.
Are your hands above the table?
Spencer, you're on parole. Don't forget that.
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal with podcast 11? I just feel like I should bring it up because I wasn't there and I'm pretending I haven't heard it.
All right, we can just get the elephant out of the room. There was some bestiality
TJ, who called
talk.
you fat?
The elephant or the
Specifically-
typhlosion?
All of the above. There was some Pokemon sex talk. I was certainly the most colorful of it, but I encourage everyone to go back and listen to that podcast because it was totally Luis and TJ's fault.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Well,
It totally was.
You guys prolonged it.
Yeah, we would clear a segment of Pokemon fucking, and then it would be like, oh, Luis going back to Pokemon fucking. You would always bring it up again.
Well, you know, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Well,
What, Pokemon fucking?
I can't speak to me personally dragging it on. I probably did because I haven't listened. The last time I heard that conversation was when I experienced it. So I don't remember
You should
how
go back
it
and
went.
take a listen. It's still an excellent podcast. But we should definitely move on before this becomes a big thing again.
Yeah.
Well, can I just say one thing though?
No.
I'm gonna still say it anyway, TJ.
What if I keep talking over you?
My favorite part of it was Spencer talks explicitly right at the beginning about, I'm not gonna lie, I want to fuck Typhlosion. And then he asks TJ, which Pokemon would you stick it in? And then you think about it for a little while and you go, Tangela, like that. And there's this really
No.
awkward silence. And then Quirky going, what?
That was a joke. though.
Typhlosion is fine.
That was a
Tangela,
joke, though.
how
I was
dare
making
you.
fun of tentacle hentai.
I just love how it was you crossed the line with that Pokemon.
The difference is Spencer is completely serious about it. No,
I'm-
all right, we're
yeah.
not going there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
really need to move on, or else Jim won't listen to
So
this
you
podcast.
guys know that Assassin's Creed Unity is going to be released next week?
Yeah.
Yay!
Unity and Rogue come out on the same day, the 14th.
Yeah, because one's
Really?
on Xbox and
Fuck.
one's on 360.
Yep, Rogue is last gen exclusive, Unity is next gen exclusive, and I want both.
And yeah, me too, but where's the cash?
Really.
No mas.
It's hard out there for a pimp, you know?
You know, yeah.
But yeah, in
I mean-
anticipation of getting Rogue, since I don't have an Xbox One yet, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Liberation, the HD release for the Xbox 360, because it's like the only one I haven't played
that yet.
Like I'll be honest, it's almost like a cut and paste, like paint by numbers Assassin's Creed. Like it's really not great story wise. The characters are kind of vanilla, but it's an Assassin's Creed experience to be sure. It's not bad. Plus, you have to account as well that I think it's a PSP port or a PS Vita port.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a mobile,
Yeah,
console port.
it's a handheld port to console.
And
So-
if you think about it, if you're playing one of those, you're probably not too focused on the story.
yeah,
Which is probably what they were thinking when they made it.
yeah, absolutely. Like for what it is, it's a good game. Just like compared to like the AAA titles, I guess it certainly lacks something. Like especially when you compare it to Assassin's Creed 4, which was just phenomenal.
Which I still have to play.
Yeah, you need to get on that.
Can I borrow your copy?
Yeah.
No,
You sure?
my copy was actually a birthday present from Vic last November.
Oh,
So no, you cannot. No bueno.
My
Vic, why
birthday's
haven't you
in like
sent us
10
copies
months.
of Black Flag? Why Spencer? Spencer likes to fuck Pokemon. I
God
mean,
damn
He
it,
does.
damn it.
He does.
Lewis, what the fuck?
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I may be the most colorful with it, but I'm not the one that keeps bringing it the fuck up.
We're gonna put you in the basement next, Luis.
You can keep me company.
I mean, oh god, no.
You.
Should I bring a
Don't
goat
lie.
costume?
Spencer?
It's gonna be Spencer,
Put
Luis,
me
and a
s-
goat.
In some other, and then not the one that Spencer's in.
No, I'll just goat cosplay. It'll be fine, Luis.
Do you
You
really want to
enjoy
be
it.
the goat, Spencer?
What's that?
Do you really want to be the goat?
Do I want to be? No, but for Luis, I will.
Oh Jesus!
So
No,
he's so
that's not
flattered.
necessary.
For those who don't actually know what Luis looks like, he's actually very handsome. The voice matches the face for sure.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Wasn't this a discussion on last week's podcast?
Yeah, because Nick was so impressed.
Although
Like,
Spencer
he
wouldn't know
could
about that
not-
because it isn't out yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's true.
Yeah, we need to
well,
stop doing that.
Yeah.
Spoiler
Releasing-
alert.
That's a common thing.
Releasing the podcast a day after we record the next one. It's like, why do we do that? And then bring up the podcast we just recorded.
Okay,
Well,
So by the time
just
this one
real
comes out,
quick.
will
Okay.
it be after the 14th with the new Assassin's Creed games out?
Maybe. When's next Saturday?
I haven't done the math.
Yeah.
Next Sunday.
It'll
I
come
believe
out on the
today-
16th.
Should we announce what day today is and date the podcast?
Today is Saturday, November 8th.
Oh my god. Illusion broken.
Saturday. What? You mean we don't live inside YouTube and we just record the episodes on the go when people?
No,
Yeah,
no.
click on the links?
This is
Fucking
the
crazy.
Sunday that it came out. We literally recorded this and put it right out, like literally as you're listening to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is actually
Stop saying
live.
shit, sir. Good God.
You listening to it right now. Fuck you.
Wow, TJ.
No, don't say
I'm
that
sorry.
about the audience.
We
Let's
love you, fans.
let's dial it back a bit. Let's treat our lovely listeners with a little bit of respect.
I apologize.
Audience, I'll hug you. I mean,
I am
if
not a
you
cro-
have
You won't
taken
want
a
that.
shower, that is.
Oh,
Tease it.
Shower, people, is a very important thing to do.
getting back on task. I'm excited. I'm excited for Rogue because it's the only one I can actually play at the moment. But I'm really excited for Unity because they finally did away with that shitty multiplayer mode, and you actually get to do
Oh, thank
co-op
God.
in the game now.
Are they gonna? Did they
I'm
get
not that
rid of it,
excited
or
for co-op.
did they get rid of it, or are they just adding them co-op?
Well, no, they
No, I think they
entirely
got
got
rid
rid
of it
of
for this one.
multiplayer. Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I don't.
really?
They might have it for the Rogue. But for Unity, they got rid of the multiplayer entirely, and now it's all co-op.
Oh, that's good. Because
Yeah,
I never
I've been waiting
considered
for co-op
Assassin's
for a
Creed
long
competitive
time.
game.
But the thing is that co-op annoyed me when it was announced is that I don't really like online achievements. And also, like, I prefer single player stuff. But after I got my Xbox One and I started playing Destiny, I realized that they can actually integrate things into it, so it doesn't suck as I thought it would. Although we still have to see how that's gonna fit into the Assassin's Creed thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it though. Obvi-
Hopefully they don't have too many ones where it's like, oh, have 4 people assassinate one target at the same time, and you're just sitting there like, I don't have friends.
Yeah, I'm not really
Oh, but
worried
you can
about
play
that.
by yourself, the co-op missions.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If there's an achievement for assassinate, have 4 people assassinate the same target, and you don't have 4 people to play with, you're kind of screwed.
Well, from what I understand, I think it's supposed to work a lot like Destiny does. Like as far as like seeing people in the world, I think like you have your own base world that counts as yours, but you're also like in like not an evolving world, but like there are other
Like people
like
drop in and drop out as you move from different areas.
yeah, like there are people in the server with you doing their own thing, and you can probably like party up with them as you go. Plus, like co-op achievements are so much easier than like online multiplayer achievements. That's why I've never perfected Halo 4, which is total bullshit.
Oh, fuck that. The closest I've gotten to perfecting a Halo game was Halo 3. I need like 1 or 2 achievements.
Yeah.
And I need the 2-for-1 Spartan laser one and Overkill.
Yeah, you're on your own for that. I have the unpopular opinion of Halo 3 being my least favorite Halo.
Very unpopular.
I accept that.
What's your favorite? Halo 2?
Your face is unpopular.
Halo 2 is probably my favorite. The graphics don't look as good, obviously. It's very blocky.
Well, they do now.
Well, yeah, they do now. They will, at least. Because I don't think the Master Chief Collection is out yet, is it?
I think it comes out Tuesday, I think, the 11th.
Yeah. But
Well,
yeah.
so we did date the podcast earlier then.
Yeah, Halo 2 and Halo Reach are probably my favorite, just because I felt like the story in that game was better, even if the ending was kind of like, what?
What?
Yeah, and like I really liked the combat and the dual wielding in that. I felt like the weapons were really well balanced in that. The thing I really don't like about Halo 3 is that it's so fast paced. It makes the game feel really short. I felt like a lot of the weapons got nerfed in that, and I like something about the textures used in Halo 3. It's always like really jarring to me visually. I never look it. It looks like the entire world is made out of plastic.
Well, I don't know about the texture. That might just be personal preference. Well, I guess anything. Anyway, it might just be how you decided you wanted to play Halo 3, because some people, they played it really hardcore competitively, and they would only play, certain game modes or whatever. Whereas all I did in it was custom games, and I thought it was my favorite game ever. Just from, getting into a custom game, all these, fun game modes, fun maps, messing around in Forge. Like, that was Halo 3 to me. It wasn't running around killing people. It was running around as a zombie with a gravity hammer, smashing a bunch of people with overshields and trying not to die, or some other ridiculous scenario.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, for me, I base the game on the campaign specifically, because I feel like the multiplayer in every game is like pretty much the same, with the exception of how the weapons are balanced and, how it looks. And like Halo 3, I sort of missed the boat on it when it first came out. Like, I did a run with my brother on Legendary in the campaign. We beat it in like 4 or 5 hours, which is okay, I guess, for a Halo game. It just felt really short. And like I never really did the multiplayer for Halo 3. I didn't really do any Halo multiplayer until Halo 4 came out, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't really know if I can speak for any of the campaigns anymore, because I know so much about the universe in general, because I'm a big fucking nerd, that I don't really look at the campaigns individually anymore. I'm just like, I love the Halo story in general.
Yeah, it's a great story. I think that most of the novels, at least, really, really accompany the gameplay really well.
Hey, so Tyler, Louise, how much do you guys love Halo? Because you're talking so much.
Well, I'm just sitting back and listening because earlier this week we actually had the composer of Halo 4 come.
Up.
Is it? Bollocks to it.
No, I like Halo. I probably don't understand half of the things TJ knows about Halo, but yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, TJ's definitely the biggest Halo nerd among us.
I am. I
Hey
won't deny
TJ.
it. Ask me anything.
Nah, never mind. I was gonna say something that was rude.
God damn it.
Okay.
but it would be out of context, so it wouldn't be.
Go for it. I
Like,
can
it wouldn't
take
make that much sense. No, it's like.
I'll take it like a man.
Well, you can. Please don't tempt me.
Hey, TJ, remember that one time I beat your ass in tennis?
Yeah, hey, remember that one time I beat your ass in Regicide?
Yeah, but I've beaten your ass in Regicide too, so that's even.
That's just like your
Oh
opinion.
my god, do you guys want a room or something?
Fight.
No, that's
Kiss,
what we
kiss,
have Destiny
kiss.
for.
Oh, that's creepy.
To get a room. By the way, speaking of Destiny, did you guys see the things to do Achievement Hunter release called, I think it's Sparrow Surfing or something?
Yeah.
I
done
have
it.
not seen it
I
yet.
tried that today. There was one player that was in the same area as me. The dude looked like really freaked out.
I don't think other people can see it though.
I think they can. You know when you're cruising around and
Yeah, but I
Like
don't
you
think other
find other
players,
players?
can like see you standing on it. To them, it looks like you're sitting because I was in a
Really?
game with a couple friends and I tried doing it, and I managed to do it. And I was surfing around and they couldn't see it, and I couldn't see them when they did it.
well, then the guy was shooting me just because he's an asshole. He thought it was.
Probably.
Well,
Welcome to
something.
every online game ever.
Well, if you were listening to this and you were the person I found, fuck you. No, just kidding. Subscribe. And I'll tell you to go fuck yourself some other time.
So, did you guys hear that they finally announced the name for Episode 7 for Star Wars?
The Force
The
Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Yeah, The Force Awakens. And alongside that, Disney also put out another announcement that in 2017 they're releasing Toy Story 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, that was my reaction.
I thought I had already cried for that. Like I mourned that movie, you know,
Yeah, no
that
shit, right?
franchise.
I cried more.
I feel like Trevor. Spoiler alert, but I feel like Trevor in GTA 5 when he finds out that Michael is actually alive. You know, I mourn for that. They lied to me. Fuck.
So you assumed that they'd stopped making Toy Story movies?
Well, it would make sense if they did. I feel like 3 wrapped everything up really nicely. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point of 4? You know, what are they
They're
The
going
gonna
to
point of
do
throw
four
it
with
is
it?
bin.
to make money.
Well, obviously,
Toy
You know-
Story
Oh
4.
come on,
The
they're gonna
Adventures
start
of the Bin.
milking it.
yeah.
Of
and,
course.
apparently, like it's coming out in 2017, supposedly, and it will be like 22 years from the original Toy Story.
Wow.
Okay, so which toy is getting kidnapped? Oh,
Princess Peach. Also, is my
won't
mic
you
better?
listen to my speech?
No, let's not do that now. Is my mic better now?
Yeah.
It'll be Toy Story
Yes.
4: The Search for Bo Peep.
Yeah. I wanted to say earlier when we were talking about Halo 4, but then apparently my mic was fucking acting up. One of the composers from Halo 4 came in and gave us a lecture. So
Oh,
that
which
was
one?
fucking interesting.
Neil David or the guy with the long Japanese name?
No, Andrew, I think his name's Andrew. His name on Wikipedia is weird. He called himself Drew. He didn't even give this like his surname,
fuck?
so I didn't know. One sec.
And now we wait.
That guy. He came in.
Davidge, Drew Morgan.
Yeah, David.
Arrangements, programming, additional production, and orchestration.
Oh, sorry, Andrew Morgan.
For future Louise,
This is the
Davidge.
yeah,
Or
and this
that,
is the guy
tell us
that's
in the
actually on the
link.
soundtrack.
TJ.
Yeah, it wasn't Neil. It wasn't Neil, but it was the guy that was working alongside him.
But I've never heard of him.
That's exactly what composers usually do, and you know the programmers, the arrangement, whatever they do.
I already knew there were 2 composers. I didn't know there were like 3 on Destiny or Halo 4.
He was talking about how they put it together. He might not have been like the direct composer, but like he did show like a lot of the original drafts of like to Galaxy and stuff.
He was probably like the sound booth guy.
Kind of. He sorted out the orchestration and
So
stuff as well.
what are the chances that he would have the same last name as the other guy, Neil Davidge?
I think
His last name is Morgan, though, isn't it?
I think it's saying there. It's weird on Wikipedia. It says Davidge or Davidge. Oh, however that's pronounced. I apologize.
Davidge Andrew Morgan?
Yeah, it's got like a comma between it. Maybe it's just saying that Neil David, fuck it, and Andrew Morgan worked together on just them bits. I don't know. But I thought it was really cool to hear the earliest versions of To Galaxy. It sounds really, really fucking like different.
Oh, really?
Like, there was one that he showed us that had like a very rock esque beat in the background.
Oh, I would not have liked that.
Yeah. It was actually fun.
I don't like when they like game soundtracks really heavily like go into rock. Like I like it when there's like an undertone or something. But when they just like all out just go, oh, this is a rock tune, and they just go crazy. They
did it for Halo 2, I believe. I think Incubus did most of that soundtrack. Like I know there's a sequence like right near the end, as Master Chief, where there's like a room full of brutes and stuff. Before you get to Tartarus.
That was more like an undertone. Like it wasn't fast. It was kind of slow, and it had like a simple beat. It wasn't like heavy, power chords and things like that going up and down the scale.
Yeah, it has to be an instrumental too. It can't be like singing and vocals and stuff. That totally kills the mood. Takes you right out of the immersion.
I could just imagine him showing us an early sketch of it, and it being something like a bloopy reggae jam or something.
Too bad it wasn't Marty O'Donnell.
Who's Marty O'Donnell again? Is he the former Destiny composer?
He was the composer of Halo 1, 2, 3, Reach, and Destiny.
Right. He's one of the guys Destiny fucked over, right?
Yep. He was much one of the founding members of Bungie after they released Halo. And they just decided to fire him because they're fucking dumbasses.
Well, they did something similar with the creative director, right? The guy that was initially in charge of Destiny's story, or at least that's like the rumors, that the initial like writer for Destiny like ended up walking out or something, and that's why the story is so shitty now.
Maybe I hadn't heard that, but that would make sense.
By the way, Bungie, if you're listening to this, really exclusive PlayStation 4 content?
Oh, don't even get us started on that.
No shit, right?
Come on.
Wait, what happened?
Destiny has an agreement with... Well, Destiny and Activision have an agreement with Sony where there's like quite a few exclusive content guns and other things.
Guns, maps, game modes.
Yeah.
They get so much shit.
And it's for bullshit. A year.
Xbox people don't get access to it until fall 2015.
Like, who's going to be playing it in fall 2015?
I don't know.
I can imagine quite a lot of people still.
I mean, that's less bad. Like, I didn't know they were going to release eventually for Xbox, but why do you gotta do this? Really, it's the same shit that they, like, it was pulled with Tomb Raider.
I know exactly why they did it.
Just, if you have a game for both platforms, then don't be a piece of shit and just release it for both, at once. Now, we're going to release this thing earlier for you. Really? Like,
Luis.
Seriously? Oh, I get really mad at that. Sorry.
No.
Yes?
I'm probably going to make you more mad. This is why they did it. Sony threw all their money at Activision because they saw that Bungie was going through Activision, and Sony's like, hey, Bungie was Microsoft's, huge money-making company. So we're just going to take that without actually buying them. So they just threw all their money at Activision so that Activision would get them to come to the PS4 press events, and then they would make exclusives for Sony only.
Pretty much.
Personally, I don't think Bungie had a huge role in these decisions, but I mean, obviously they would have had to go along with it contractually. So it's mostly Activision. It's mostly between Activision and Sony, but still, fuck Sony. They're just trying to take Bungie's Xbox fans to switch to PS4 so they'll get stuff earlier. I don't know if it's worked, but it's bullshit.
Sony has proposed it, I guess, but Activision kind of sealed the deal. Now, remember when Activision and EA didn't used to work for the devil? Those are the times, man.
No, I don't remember that. EA has always been the devil.
EA has been
always been the devil.
I mean, the early Harry Potter games, the first ones, that, and before that, they were okay,
You're
but
talking
at some point...
You're talking about a company that makes most of their money out of hosting stuff that servers that they don't have prepared. Sorry,
microtransactions.
Yeah, you're talking about franchises that they can copy and paste and make even more money out of, like FIFA. How many sports games do they have? Where
Too many.
They could just now do downloadable content and update all the games, but no. They'll release
They
new ones.
could, but why do that when you can sell
Yeah.
a new game for full price every single year?
That's
during
true.
during the EA E3 press event, they blew their load way too early. They like showed teaser art for Mass Effect, and they showed like a concept for the new Star Wars Battlefront game in the first 15 minutes. And then like the next 45 minutes was all sports and like racing, and I was like, fuck this shit. And I
Really?
turned it
Why
off.
don't you why don't you start with the shit everyone already knows is coming?
Yeah.
I am
Exactly.
really worried that they have allowed Activision and DICE and all those people to work on Star Wars titles, because I'm afraid of what the franchises are going to become. Like, oh yeah, you wanna fight the last boss of the game? Yeah, that's gonna be $20.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
think
you
I don't
know-
think Battlefront is known for its boss fights, is it?
No, but
It's
they
more
have
like the
access to
multiplayer.
other franchises, not just Battlefront, if I'm not mistaken. But still, I don't want them to like Call of Duty all over, the Star Wars universe.
Call of Duty: The Star Wars Universe.
Well,
Yeah, like
I don't
release
want
the
that
same
either.
shit every
Well,
year.
True. I hope they decide to put more effort and time into it, and they don't just try to re-release the same game every year.
I agree. I don't want a Battlefront every single year. I want one really good Battlefront to last me for 5 years until you make Battlefront 4.
Yeah,
That will last me like fucking forever. Shout out to Battlefront 2.
like just make
Yeah, really.
Battlefront and then go back to your Battlefield games for a couple years, and we'll just have our Battlefront until
Make
you know.
make a really good Battlefront. Make a bunch more shitty Battlefields. Make a bunch more shitty Call of Duties that I can fully ignore, and then make another really good Battlefront 5 years later.
And
Exactly.
EA, make another SimCity, and this time, make sure you at least have one server. That would be grand.
And make sure
It's
you
like,
add
okay, guys, the
pools
game just shipped.
at once.
Who forgot to buy the servers?
I still can't believe that went down. Like, that was last year, wasn't it? I was still mad about that, and I didn't even buy the fucking thing.
It's even
Probably
worse
a good
considering
thing.
it was an online-only game.
Yeah, it's online only. It doesn't have to be online only. Oh, well, we can't handle it online, and we're still going to sell them. And it's like, why make it online only if you can't fucking handle it?
Yeah.
No.
They should have
Yeah,
run a beta to
that's-
see if they could handle it. That's what Bungie did.
That's
That's
my
what
issue
beta
with,
testing is for.
Exactly.
with online. Like, I fear that one day Destiny 1 will be... what's the name? It will be a way old game, and they'll just, like, shut it down. Because it's mostly like, you need servers to play that.
Yeah.
You can't play the single-player campaign all by yourself, per se, so...
Well, they'll probably just look at the numbers of people that still play it and just reduce the servers. They probably
Yeah.
won't shut it down completely until they end the franchise,
Well, they're already talking about pulling a lot of developers out of Destiny because, like, apparently they're already putting Destiny 2 in development.
yeah, they're working on it.
Which hopefully will actually, have a story and have all the things that we want.
Whoa,
I
let's not
haven't
go
finished
crazy.
the story yet, but yeah, I'm in Venus now. And so
Have
far...
you turned the game on?
What?
Have you turned Destiny on?
Yes, I'm in Venus already.
Then
you
you
finish
completed
the
the story.
It's like the whole story is just the intro.
Pretty much. It's not like they explain anything to you.
Yeah,
pro-
I
The
felt
problem
like-
with
it felt like
Destiny
this.
is that the story sucks, but the gameplay is just so fun that you just keep coming back to it, even if
Yeah,
it is
yes.
repetitive.
Like the gameplay, when it works anyway, is phenomenal. Like, it handles really well, it functions really well. Like, it's a really, really good blend of platforming and first-person shooter and, MMORPG elements. Like, and it looks beautiful. All of that. It looks amazing. The only problem is, like, there's no story behind it, and, like, who wants to spend hours searching through little fragments of Grimoire cards to get even a little bit of story? And even
Yeah.
then, it's not a story. It's just like, hey,
It's just universe
this
building.
happened.
It's like reading It's like reading the cliff notes of all the Star Wars books and complaining
Yeah.
and expect them just being like that's the Star Wars universe. Have fun.
Yeah, and most of them like aren't even pertinent to what's actually happening in the game you're playing. It's like, hey, this happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool to play?
The thing is, there's no investment. Like, why do I care? You haven't told me anything. Why do I want to defend the city? What's important about it? I'm the last human alive. Who cares?
Yeah, like, why was I chosen as guardian? What's the objective here?
You know,
Can we actually
who
Why
is
am I a
this
zombie?
one character I've actually had a conversation with?
TJ,
And why
the game, it sounds like Final Fantasy 13. It really fucking does. Like, all this shit's happening, and you're like, okay, what's going on? Can the plot be explained to me? The only way you know what's going on is if you read the fucking notes.
Except there is no plot.
There is no notes for you guys. That sucks.
the only cutscenes they have in the entire game don't actually progress the story. They're just there. Like, you don't get any emotional investment in any characters because there aren't really any characters. You know,
yeah, exactly. Like, every time you hit a cutscene checkpoint, it's like, oh, good job, but there's all this shit over here you have to take care of.
It's pretty much just like, you know, there's nobody you love, there's nobody to hate. Like, you have no reason to want to hate these enemies other than the fact that they're annoying.
They got a red name. Give them.
You know, I really dig games for like mostly the story, and you know, gameplay also helps a lot. But one thing that I really like about games are the storylines, which is one of the reasons I really don't like Call of Duty, for example, because it has a very, very weak story and repetitive gameplay. I know there are a few exceptions, or so I heard. But then again, Destiny, even though it doesn't have that much of a strong story, has a lot of potential. But as you guys said, the gameplay is just so damn fun.
It really is.
It really makes up for it, kinda.
I don't think it makes up for it. It's like an addiction.
Yeah, it's a substitute, really. Like, you know you're not going to get like a rewarding story out of this, but it's really fun to play, despite the fact that there's really no incentive. It's just fun. It handles well. It looks pretty, and you know, I like killing aliens, even if there's no like purpose to it.
Yeah, even if it's like just a cold killing.
Yeah, you don't know if you're the good guy or the bad guy.
It's tantamount to murder. Oh, we know we're the good guy because we're the light.
Exactly.
We're the light.
We have
and
Dinklebot.
they are darkness, apparently, for some reason.
Yeah, there are rumors that the original story, before it got cut up into pieces, was that it was going to be like end up being sort of a conspiracy, where the game's conclusion ends with the traveler being like the purpose for the darkness, like it's the origin.
Huh.
And the speaker is actually like trying to cover it all up. And like when you're in
that would be fucking interesting.
Yeah, like spoiler.
Sorry about all
spoiler
those
alert.
swear words,
When you're in the Black Garden, or is that what it's called in the final mission?
Okay,
Yeah,
removing
no
my
more
headphones.
spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil the plot. That's just the name of the location. But like the visuals in there, like if you notice, it's all like very curved. Like especially when you go into like the landscape and you see the whatever, like the sky or whatever, and the long rolling gardens. Like it's all sort of curved. Apparently that was originally
all the hot naked alien chicks.
Yeah, that. Apparently, there are rumors, again, only rumors, but that it was initially supposed to be the interior of the Traveler. And like I would guess the heart was supposed to be the heart of the Traveler itself.
Well, then, that would be an interesting
That would
story.
be
but,
one hell of a twist.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Yeah.
Has there ever been a plot twist that you guys have not seen coming and it's actually shocked you?
Yes.
Yeah, Bioshock.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh god, yeah.
The
Bioshock.
Walking Dead Season 1, when the character you're most invested in, other than Clementine, gets offed. That's probably the saddest moment I've ever had in a video game.
I never finished Walking Dead Season 1.
You should.
I mean, I already knew how it ended, but...
Well, yeah. I mean, there are 1,000 Let's Plays on that.
I just don't have...
I haven't played the second season or 400 Days.
400 Days is okay. The second season is pretty good. It's not as good, but it's a really like tall order to try and compare it to season 1. But season 2 is still very, very good. It starts out really slow, lets you like sort of get invested into the characters you're interacting with, it ends on a pretty high note, and they fucking troll you so hard in the season 2 finale.
I think that's one of the reasons I didn't want to finish, or I still kind of don't want to finish season 1. It's because I get too emotionally invested in every character I meet, and I'm like, I don't want you to die. I know something's gonna happen.
Yeah, fair enough. But that's also the same reason why you should play it, because I love being like, I love having my heartstrings pulled like that when playing a game. To me, that's the sign of a great game, when you can get that invested in a character.
Yeah, like I hate that about any story. Like I recently shotgunned an anime called Gurren Lagann.
Yeah,
Fantastic anime.
That was the most emotionally draining anime I've ever watched.
Right?
I mean, it's kind of old.
anime-
Do you want to go? I'm guessing at least 3 of us here have watched it, and I don't think Luis.
Yeah.
Do you watch any animes? Do you care?
No. Do you care?
All I can say about that is Gurren Lagann is it's like a tutorial for manliness.
It depends which character you're following, really. Like,
There's only one character to follow, Tyler.
well, yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert, he saves the universe 14 episodes after he's dead.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
that's pretty manly.
He's so manly that
That's
the
manly.
memory, just the memory of this guy saves the universe. That's how fucking brutal that guy was.
I've got a story about anime because
Tell me
I-
all these stories about anime.
Hentai!
no, it's not hentai related.
Fat,
Please
fat,
get
fat,
your
fat,
head
fat.
out of the gutter. But I
Typhlosion
recently.
Sorry.
Come
I'm sorry.
on.
I couldn't
Hashtag
resist.
basement TJ.
Get to
Ebola.
the basement. But recently, I introduced TDB Tom to anime, and now a part of me kind of wishes, and I don't even care if he hears this, a part of me wishes I didn't, because he overthinks and overanalyzes every episode. Like, we were 3 episodes into, I think it was Toradora. And no, Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And he was thinking about all these things 3 episodes in, and I was like, dude, like...
Was he like just explaining how everything they were doing was impossible and things like that?
No, it wasn't even like that. He was just trying to, like, question the plot with me. Like, you know, what's coming up, you know, I reckon this is going to happen, this, and this. And I was like, how about shush and watch the fucking anime? Sorry.
Was he overanalyzing it, or was he just
Yeah.
constantly asking you to spoil it for him?
He was asking loads of questions, and I was like, I can't answer either way. Because
hate
if I
that.
do, then you know what's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, I know there are those people out there that when they're watching a show or a movie, they're always trying to like figure out what happens next. You know, like who the killer's identity is, things like that. But like, even though like I'm not necessarily a stupid person, like I could probably take an educated guess at things like that. When it comes to shows I really enjoy or movies I really enjoy, where there's like a mystery that's unraveling, I really like to just let it unfold. Like let the show tell
Exactly.
the story for me. Like obviously we could all probably make educated guesses on what the mystery really is. But it's going to reveal itself anyway, and I like it to happen organically. I feel like I'm getting a better experience if I'm not trying to second guess every little thing that happens.
Yeah, and apologies to TDB Tom if he eventually hears this, but oh my god, like, I don't mind watching anime with people because it's fun, and sometimes I can be the one that questions it sometimes, but like, half of this one episode of Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya that we were watching, it was literally me saying that I couldn't explain what's coming up because it's going to spoil shit. That's just how it is. I can't explain it because it's a massive... If people have watched it, it's like a time looping thing. Shit like that goes on and it's very paradox-like.
Yeah,
so
it's a really interesting show too.
Yeah, it's interesting and it can be confusing, and he's asking me loads of questions that I couldn't answer without giving away exactly what happens at the end of the film.
Really.
A disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Spoiler alert, everyone gets a boner.
With that anime, it's not something that you have to like second guess and pick apart. It's an anime that it reveals itself to you as you watch it.
Exactly. That's kind of why I got frustrated, I guess, with him. But sorry, Tom.
Actually, speaking of anime, I pretty much started watching anime last year or maybe the year before. And by say started, I mean like I started, hardcore watching.
Well, yeah, the best way to watch is to binge watch. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. But when I first started watching them, I was really skeptical. I would just second guess everything. I'm like, that's stupid. I hate animes. They're so typical. And then I would find one or two. I'm like, well, this is kind of okay. Plus, I was also kind of ashamed because my brother and my mom would all give me dirty looks when I was watching them. I would kind of try to do it when nobody was home, and I would hide it. It's like, I swear I'm doing drugs. But I've gotten past that, and I can actually enjoy animes. But also, when I first started, I would always start an anime that, one friend would suggest or another friend would suggest, and I would always be thinking, what the fuck is going on here? That's how I would start every anime.
What would you start off with? Like, what were the first couple that were suggested?
Oh, I don't even remember at this point.
I imagine
I've caught up on so many. Sword Art was one of the first ones. Attack on Titan is probably one of the first ones too.
I like cream sometimes with my French fries.
Yeah.
I like bits and I cannot lie. No. Fuck.
Basement for you.
You're not allowed to talk in this segment of the podcast, you anime hater.
Hashtag basement, Luis.
Well,
I'm just kidding, Luis.
Should we change topics so Luis can be a part of it?
No, you guys go on. Whoever reads or watches anime, manga, and stuff might probably be having a blast right now.
I've never actually heard your sarcastic voice before. That sounded super sarcastic. Oh, no,
I just want to say that now I've watched so much anime that I can actually kind of figure out what's going on within the first episode, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, try that with Steins Gate. It's impossible.
Oh, with what?
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate. You cannot decipher what the fuck is going on that show by the first episode.
TJ, I will watch the first episode with you. I haven't actually gone further than the first episode because it confused the fuck out of me.
Yeah, the first episode makes no sense. It's like the timeline is fucked up and things are happening and you're like, why is this happening? This doesn't make sense.
You're not
explaining any of this to me.
I just sat there and then they started talking about who they were into this weird perspective, looking into a camera or something, and I was just like,
yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is going on?
Like shit's happening, everything feels really intense, and then it's like the episode's just over, and you're like, what happened? What?
It actually scared me off. Yeah. I was like, I can't go through this. If all the episodes
I think one of the more confusing ones that I started watching was it was an anime my friend suggested. It was a short one. It was like Sayonara Sensei Zetsubo or something like that. Have you not heard of it?
Nope.
It's like this really weird one where this teacher has all of his students fall in love with him. So
I'll buy it.
they're like stalkers, and there's like a stalker, and basically the whole thing was really confusing because the teacher is also very depressed for some reason and keeps trying to kill himself in every episode.
Well, it is an anime.
Yes, that's why I was very confused.
Yeah, anime recommendations though, it's a dangerous game to play because either you have a cool friend who's like, "Hey, you should watch this. You might like it." Or you have the friend who's like, "Oh my god, you have to watch this. It's the craziest fucking thing ever." And then you watch it and it's like, "Oh, it was okay."
Yeah, well, the friend I asked was really big into anime, and I'm just like, "Give me a list of stuff to watch," and she just gave me a list, and I watched them. Some of them.
I could give you a pretty extensive list as well.
I still need to watch Kill La Kill, but right now I just started.
Don't lose your way.
What's it called?
Kill La Kill is pretty good. It's made by the same people that did Gurren Lagann. But you have to go into it with an open mind, not because it's bad or weird or anything. It is, but
it's bad or weird.
It's weird, but it's a fantastic show. But because it's made by the same people that did Gurren Lagann, a lot of people went into it with such a high standard for what to expect. And I've learned from watching so many anime, most not very good, that you can't have expectations going into an anime. You have to watch it for exactly what it is, or it's so hard to appreciate anything.
Oh, I have low expectations starting most animes.
That's
can only
the best
get
way
better
to do
from
it.
there. I think the only time I had high expectations was What was it? It was some anime I started. Oh, it was an anime that Jim recommended to me called The Guilty Crown. And I read the description for it and I'm like, that's pretty cool. So I start watching it and I'm like, this is total shit.
Is Guilty Crown the one where it's like a serial killer deathmatch?
No, that's
No, I think your
Future
Dead
Diary.
Man, isn't it also Dead Man Wonderland's plot? No, that's
Dead
not
Man
the same.
Wonderland it's a similar premise, but that one takes place in a prison.
Oh yeah,
Future
sorry.
Diary is like everybody has cell phones and they're trying to kill each other.
Yeah,
to
the
become
Mirai
the
god of
like,
time.
They all have, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Like everyone has a
Yeah.
cell phone, and they all
Yeah,
like, their
that one
cell
was
phone
actually
gives
pretty
them
good.
each a unique ability. It's okay. The ending's kind of fucked, but whatever.
Well, yeah, they're supposedly they're going to make a second season. Anyway, so you guys want to move back away from anime so Luis can talk? And
You
can
guys
hear
want to do
his
some questions?
beautiful.
For fuck's sakes.
I don't know. We could keep going a little bit more questions.
No, I had a blast. You guys want to do some questions because of the time?
No.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
sure.
We've only been going for like
seriously,
45 minutes. We can go a little bit longer. We can make this a longer podcast. I mean, Tyler's the editor, right? It's on him.
I'm just sitting here shrugging my shoulders.
as long as I get to keep myself awake.
Yeah, it's
can't be
pretty
that
late for
tired.
Luis.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I just before you go to questions, I
Just
actually have a
sorry
story
for
kind
not
of related to
participating
that.
too much on the conversation.
Last night, one of my friends called me on Skype right as I was about to fall asleep, and we went to go play some Town of Salem. So me and my friend, we were playing Town of Salem. Me and two other friends were playing Town of Salem, and first game, I'm die on the first night, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to stay awake, but I literally have nothing to do, so I kind of just grin and bear it the first game. Second game, die first night, and then I pass out. And I wake up at the end of the second game, and they're both messaging me on Skype, like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm too tired for this bullshit. I'm going to sleep.
That sounds like when we played Town of Salem for Extra Life. And
Yeah.
Talamar joined us later on. And I think I inadvertently killed Talamar like 4 times in a row on the first night.
I remember, didn't we get to the end of one and it was me and TJ and you didn't know it was me and I was a serial killer and you were fucked?
No, that was me and Ster. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that
I might
was-
have been against you too, Tyler, but there was one where it was me and Spencer. We were the last people alive. He was Mafia, and I was the sheriff.
Yeah, that was a
And-
fantastic match. It was literally like TJ's the only one who can save the day. 3 people left. I'm the Godfather. I'm just lying through my teeth. Like, it has to be this guy, obviously. And
Oh,
so
wow.
me and TJ agree to kill the last guy, and then it's just me and TJ, the sheriff and the Godfather. And I come out with, surprise, motherfucker! And then I win.
Ugh.
It's bull that the sheriff can't defend himself.
Yeah, you're fucked. Especially when you're against a serial killer at the end. And are you sure that wasn't you, or did I kill Nick right at the end? I can't
Might have
remember.
been Nick.
Oh,
Louis, were you there for any of the Town of Salem games, or are we
Yeah, he was.
ignoring you again?
I think I was.
Yeah, he joined a little bit later. I think it was right after you left, TJ.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't ignoring stuff you didn't know anything about again.
I know. I did
feel
play
like a
Town of
jerk.
Salem. Pretty fun game. I didn't expect that. Like, I heard people talking about it. Was like, yeah, whatever.
We should play it after this.
But
We should totally play it afterwards.
yeah, I guess
We
I
can
can
play it.
Sorry,
can
audience.
increase my break time.
Then Luis can pass out and die on the first night.
Now, just so the audience knows, I'm on a studying crunch for a test I have on Monday.
What's the test on?
A psychological test. It's a test about a psychological test.
Sounds like it's
Spoiler alert.
working.
You think you're a girl.
Sounds like it's testception.
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so now you guys want to move on to questions?
Yeah, let's go questions.
Yeah.
Questions.
Hold on, I'm opening the page.
How do you never have the page? Oh, sorry.
Oh, shut the fuck
We said
up.
we were doing this like 5
Yeah,
minutes ago.
Luis, you said you want to do questions 10 minutes ago, and the questions aren't ready yet.
You
Would
had
you
one
please
job.
fucking not?
Angry Louise is funny Louise.
Lucky
Fine.
Luis.
We've seen
As I was
sarcastic
saying,
Luis. We've seen
Da,
angry
da,
Luis.
da, 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 da. Questions. Bitches.
We spoke all over that as well.
Now,
You want to give it one more go for old time's sake?
no.
Duh. Questions.
Okay.
Can we, like, after the podcast is over, can we, like, record an a cappella question song?
It would just
What?
be us going duh 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 a lot.
Yeah, but we can all like take a different pitch.
Oh my god.
Fine, Spencer. I feel like
TJ
you
can be
really
like,
want this.
"Da-da-da-da-da-da."
So if you guys can just wait, I can do the proper questions intro.
Okay, go
Okay
ahead.
then.
Oh, fuck you! This one is by Nick Gons, and he asks, if Barbie's so popular, why do you have to buy all her friends?
Because she's actually
Have we
not
asked
that
this
popular.
before?
It sounds familiar, but I don't
Yeah.
think we have.
Because there was one about Anne coming in another box, wasn't there?
Maybe.
Or was that something else I heard? Anyway, whatever. So why do you have to buy all her friends?
Because we live in a capitalist
Yes, this question
society.
sounds familiar.
Because she's a cheap whore.
Because Barbie is a basic bitch and she's materialist,
Is that basic?
Like, oh my gosh,
Because
Barbie.
wearing her Uggs and drinking her pumpkin spice latte, and watching Friends.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Real talk though, fucking love pumpkin spice lattes.
never had one.
Don't
Don't
get
even
the
know
big deal about
what
it.
it is.
Well,
I think we have
it's
those here.
pumpkin spice
It's
in a latte.
it's a latte and it's got pumpkin flavoring in it.
Hey, before we move on to the next question,
That
can,
actually sounds gross.
can I just call both of you stupid for a question on last week's podcast?
Wait, me and Louise?
Yes.
Throw the gauntlet
Wait,
down, DJ.
are you-
Why are they?
I'm throwing you. I'm
Actually,
throwing you both
Do
under
you
the bus.
actually want to call us out on a stupid
Yeah.
answer for a
Yes.
question?
Yes,
in the
because
mood that Louise is in
TJ,
right
you're
now.
critical.
So why don't we remind
Just-
the audience what the question was?
Oh, okay. I'll wait till the end. We can
Okay.
get to the question.
No, you say right now, young man.
God,
Okay.
Louise is mad. Mummy and Daddy are fighting.
Last week, question from I think it was Nick Gons, Nick, about can you hear a Walkman going at the speed of sound? And you guys were putting the Rooster Teeth podcast to shame with your science knowledge. Yes, you can in fact hear a Walkman when you are going at the speed of sound, if you have ear things on.
Yeah, but TJ, I actually said that. Yes, the jogger can still hear it because if they got really good headphones or earplugs, then surely they should be able just to hear a little bit go through their ears, just a little. I don't know. They won't be able to hear their surroundings though. It seems too close for them not to be able to hear it at the speed of sound, unless they're sonic.
Wait, it's a Walkman, right? So it's going to be a tape. So I don't think the tape will go that fast to transfer the music to the headphones.
It would probably
Like,
fall apart.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's going to be too slow for that tape to go. So I'm going to say no.
That's a good point.
But at the end, you all agreed that
Yeah.
you couldn't.
Yeah, but the Walkman would probably fall apart, like Dr. Spark said. That's why I changed my answer.
It would fall apart no more than like your entire body would fall apart moving at the speed of sound.
I
Well, tell
think
that
the
to
question.
Quicksilver.
I think the question would assume that the Walkman stays intact.
If it stays intact, then I actually said you could be able to hear it because it's in your ears. So you should be fine. So if
You know
anything, you're throwing
why-
Luis under the bus here, not me.
You know why it would not be possible?
Why?
Because no one, and I say no one, owns a Walkman anymore. At
Fair
least
play.
not
Doesn't mean
in
it can't
working
happen.
condition. Okay, maybe there is like, I don't know, a few hundred people who does, but
What?
probably these 100 people or so don't have access to like speed of sound powers.
What if I name
So-
my iPhone Walkman?
And then do that.
Well, now that's a fucking twist, isn't it?
Are you saying my Betamax is outdated? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, VHS
Well,
is the way
guys-
of the future, bitch.
I think we should
Vinyl?
gather together. Anyway, we should band together and, keep writing the story for Destiny.
Group therapy
It'll
session
involve
over.
lots of Walkmans and Betamax.
Yeah, like you get an engram. Oh, what's this? Walkman. Da da da.
Golden age technology.
Oh yeah, the 80s are back, baby.
All right, I'm done making Luis mad.
Thank you, bitch. So
What'd you call me? I'll have you know I'm a
Next.
6 foot tall bodybuilder.
Just so the audience
the fuck
knows,
did you just say to me?
he is
you
not a
little bitch?
6 foot tall bodybuilder.
Oh, have you know I graduated top class in my whatever special unit army, something.
I'm a
Guerrilla
black belt.
tactics and
fuck
something
you.
else.
I took out Osama bin Laden's airplane with a throwing knife. Come at me, bro.
You fucking what, mate?
All right, let's do the next question.
Yeah. This one is by Sunny88P, and he asks, "What is the most selfless thing you have done so far?"
like,
Selfless.
like in our entire life?
I guess.
I don't know. It's a long list.
Can we include work that we did for free?
Well, yeah.
Then
I guess.
I essentially redesigned the entire channel earlier this week, but that's not the most selfless thing I've ever done.
Well, yeah. That is a little bit self-serving, considering you're part of the
Yeah,
channel.
it is.
Yeah,
But
Speaking of
I did
that-
it for free.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's still
I've-
to your own benefit.
I participated
True.
in Extra Life 2 years in a row.
So did I.
Hey. I donated to Extra Life 2 years in a row, and I performed once.
I actually have a serious answer for this, but I'm not gonna say it because I'm not into bragging. Like, I don't even feel like it's bragging. But anyway, it's I'd rather not talk about it. But I do have something to say. If you guys just check our videos by clicking on our links on the side and stuff, check out the main page, like the YouTube page. Tyler went to town on that thing, and it looks great. Really. I gotta say, I jizzed myself a little bit when I saw that.
Tyler does good work.
Lewis made a massive mistake, which
TJ.
was... well, okay, TJ made a massive mistake, or Louise
Wait, what?
as well. Sorry.
We all did a massive mistake.
But
I didn't make a massive mistake.
no, Spencer didn't.
You are a
but-
massive mistake.
Oh,
Shit. Oh my god. That I
Just
felt
kidding,
that.
Spencer.
Seriously, kids, to avoid awkward situations like that, use protection.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was going to say was Luis essentially made one of the biggest and best mistakes of his life, which was giving me access to the YouTube channel. And then I just went, right, what are all the things I'm going to change while I'm here? And that was it. You know,
I just imagine you
thumbnails,
like
bam.
standing on a cliff, like overlooking the landscape that is the YouTube channel. Like, I'm gonna change everything.
Like,
Tyler got a
essentially-
god complex over the weekend.
Yeah, I think I did. But, like, there were so many things that bugged me, like, the podcasts, some of them were in completely different categories to each other. Some of them were in non-profit and activism. Some of them were in people and blogs. And I was like, these are
pretty
all
sure I
entertainment.
put them all in entertainment. Or
Yeah, I've just put them all in entertainment now.
Well, I like the first couple ones that I actually went in and edited like some specific details. I would put in like I thought I put them in entertainment.
no, I
but,
think some of them were.
like,
So
the
that
past
must have been those
20
ones.
episodes. I've just like uploaded them. And I'm like, I'm sure somebody else will get to this.
Well, just
And-
a small humble brag, but anyone who's just joining the channel and listening, the podcasts are only recently put into a playlist where you can watch them all in order, and that was
Mhm.
my proposal.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were so disorganized it never even occurred to us to put a playlist together.
And now
You're
there's many.
welcome.
Like,
Well, it
I
did.
actually
We
pu-
actually tried putting one together, but it just...
We had a quote unquote playlist, but it was really stupid how I thought to do it. I made a forum in our podcast forum on Rooster Teeth, and it had links to each individual episode. But that took forever to make, and
Yeah.
each time I went back to edit it, it would change the original formatting into this like weird website coding, and I would have to try and like sift through it to try and find the right place.
And plus,
Link
it
it?
was not only awkward for you, it was probably more awkward for the audience as well, because they would click on the link and they would go, okay, right, to get to the next episode, I just wait, right? Oh, no. Shit.
Yeah. So now there's just a link in that forum that says click here for playlist.
So,
And but like, just a second, Spencer. If you guys allow me to start being saying things about backstage stuff, I really really appreciate that you all, like the crew. Go fuck yourself, Spencer. Just kidding. That you guys are putting a lot of effort, into the whole thing, because I honestly try to do as much as I can, but lately it's been really hard with uni.
Yeah.
And like when I saw the channel, like the 2.0 version, I was really really happy. So thanks for that, and also like all the work you guys put into it. Really means a lot.
it looks really nice.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on finishing some of the thumbnails, because I don't want to make the thumbnail until we've got like every guest's nameplate. I'm sure everyone knows what that means if they're listening to this, but the nameplates are all designed by the people themselves. They kind of choose what colors they want.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask about those. Like, I believe this is podcast 40, like we discussed earlier. Like, will the nameplates be up by the time this episode gets published?
This one will be, because we've all got a nameplate.
Nice.
But I'm still waiting on a few people, and it's not a big deal. It's just, I don't want to go, all right, your name tag is actually this color, and set it for them, and then they turn around and go, no, actually, I kind of want, purple or something. I don't want to set it for them to change it later. So,
Well, just
There you go.
you can edit this out if whatever you decide not to take it, but just you could like make a default guest nameplate, like make it slate gray or something, and then have that for guests for their first appearance. And
yeah, I
then
was gonna use
they can
black.
choose it if they come back.
I was gonna use black as the color, like, because you can't pick black as your primary color. The main reason for that was because I wanted that to be the guests that hadn't picked their name yet. But then I sat down and I thought, wait a minute, what happens if people then see that and they want to pick black now? Because black is a popular color. Like, I think Jim wanted black, and I was like, no, we can't do that. And then I was like, shit, if people that haven't picked their color get black, the people that kind of wanted it, they're going to be pissed at me. I don't know. It's fun.
Well, just while we're on the subject of the podcast itself, I wanted to ask TJ and Louise specifically, how does it feel to have a podcast that has more episodes than most anime?
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. Fucking hell, guys.
Oh god,
well done.
anime again.
No,
Well, it's true.
it's just a comparison. Like, most anime have like 20, 23 episodes. Some even have like 13. But like, you guys are like, this is number 40. You guys are doing it. You guys
this
are
is a big
pulling through.
milestone.
We've almost gone a full year. I've been thinking about that a lot, and I'm surprised we made it this far, because there were a couple times around week 20 when it was really hard to get guests that I was on the edge. I was thinking we weren't going to make it.
I mean, I gotta be honest. Like, yes, there were some tough times with setting things up and sometimes getting guests, and like there were weeks we didn't even have questions to answer and stuff. But to be honest, I always believed in the thing, in the effort the crew puts into it. So I knew it would be like a matter of keep going with it until at some point like things would start turning up, and they did. And I'm really really happy that we have reached this point. Like
Milestone.
in less than a year, we're already in talks of starting a new show, which you guys might have seen the kind of
Preview.
teaser and first episode, which is a Shifty Reads. Name still pending, I guess, or not, but I don't know. But the idea is there, and I'm really really happy. Like every time I think about this, like, damn, like I'm actually in the middle of this. Like we actually run the podcast and working out. So
Like
it's
speaking as
it's
someone
a
who's
wonder.
speaking as someone who's usually an audience member, since I was in the basement for so long, like I binge watched most of the podcast that
I've seen that
you guys have out. As you can tell if you go back and look at how often I've been commenting.
Yeah.
But like I've been watching them. I'm like almost caught up. I'm like 35 right now. And like as far as the quality of the show itself, like it's gotten a lot better in like the last like 2 months or
That's
so. You
thanks
guys
to
are doing
Tyler.
a really good job. Yes,
That's all thanks to
Tyler's
Tyler.
a fantastic editor, but it's not just Tyler. Like you guys,
Yeah.
like as hosts, have been doing like a really, really good job.
Yeah, I loved looking back at like
Thank you.
the first episode. Like, I'm not saying that it was bad, but you can hear that it was like your very first one. Then the second one comes in, and like the introduction clicks into place, and then the third one comes in, and you start getting more confident with it, and you actually hear like how things link into place. Because I don't even think you had my intro until like the fifth podcast.
Yeah, we used the what was it called? The Machinimasound.
Yeah.
It was
I
all
guess.
copyright-free music, and we just had a little thing at the end that gave credit to it by Jim.
And it's so weird going back to the beginning and then like hearing, like it's not like you guys took it on board and said, right, we need an intro, we need a script. You guys just naturally evolved a podcast. Now we actually have segments that we never really planned, like before the intro bit, then the intro, then the majority of the podcast, then the questions.
Then we insult each other for 20 minutes. Then questions.
And then the end slate. And like,
And then there's
it's
goat
naturally
fucking
happened.
somewhere in there too.
Yeah, somehow fucking.
The song is called Fire Within by Jans Kiltusp. I fucked up your last name, dude. Sorry.
Nailed it.
By Machinimasound.
It'll be in the link shitter.
Oh, yeah.
But like, it's weird now that we got to episode 40. Like, I'm so happy that we're out of the 30 sections because now I can actually pronounce the number correctly.
40.
But now we're in 40. I've been sitting there like, how can I like keep audience retention? You know, how can I do like as much as I can to make this place look pretty? And I essentially went to town, as Lewis said earlier. And I think like I shouldn't be thanked for it because I did a lot of it without their permission. I just like got like knee deep into it, and then I went overboard. And like I essentially changed their channel name without them knowing.
Yeah, we didn't. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
even realize
happened.
that had happened until Luis mentioned it in the Skype chat.
Yeah, because the channel was always a Shifty Key Podcast, wasn't it? And then I was like, do we really want to be labeled to just a podcast? You know, we are the channel now.
Although I guess that's okay that you changed the name because I would have been a little mad because I made a whole logo and everything with the name The Shifty Key Podcast, but
Yeah.
turns out I might have accidentally deleted the logo. So,
Did you want a copy of it?
No, not
I still have it.
I have the actual original logo, but I made like a whole fancy, header, and it was different than just the picture. It had like name words and stuff in it too. I made it in school
yeah.
actually when I had access to Photoshop. But I still have the original background and all that stuff for the podcast.
Nice.
So
You mean
do
like we have even like official letter paper and stuff that TJ made? I still have those.
Oh,
I
you
have
do?
a folder in my computer which is like Shifty
Can I
Key archive
can I get those
stuff.
back?
Yeah, I can send you.
So yeah,
guess I'll do those.
long story short, the show is turning out really, really great, and you guys should be very proud of what you've done.
We're grown men now.
So, do you guys want to stop jerking yourselves off and let's do one more question?
Yeah, let's stop rubbing our dicks. I mean, hold on, I need to edit the thing here.
You guys want to do one more question, or you just want to go straight to the question for the audience?
We'll do one more question because I feel like we only really did one question and then we kind
Yeah.
of humble bragged.
We kind of shortchanged Nick.
All right then. So this one is by Dr. Sparks,
Hi.
and she asks, "Yeah, hello, Doc." Tyler, calm down. And she asks, "Do you have a bucket list? And if so, what is one thing on it?"
I
I
have
definitely
a theoretical one. Spencer can go first.
All right, I'll go first. The one thing I really like, the most important thing on my bucket list is I want to perform a Halo jump. Which, for those who don't know, Halo is an acronym for high altitude, low opening. It's essentially skydiving, but from much, much higher in the atmosphere.
Fuck
Not to be
that.
confused with the game.
Yeah, I was inspired from...
Dress as Master Chief.
No, I was inspired to do it from Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. The game opens with a Halo jump. And ever since I saw that opening, I've always wanted to do one. Because apparently you get to fall, like free fall from the atmosphere for like 3 to 5 minutes.
Shit.
Yeah, that's number 1 on my bucket list.
That would be like... That's on my list of fears, not on my bucket list.
I'll probably shit
It's
myself
in
on
your
the way
fucking
down.
list.
List of things I will never do.
On my bucket list, I want to visit South Korea.
Yeah,
I don't
Tyler's
know when
Mr.
or
K-pop.
how. Yeah, I don't know if... Sorry to bring up the Shifty Key channel again, but since I've had access to it, have you noticed your recommended videos have changed? They are all K-pop now.
Oh god.
Tyler's
I
music
apologize.
taste is an infection.
I always got nervous because I would like forget I was signed into the Shifty account after uploading it, and I would look up some random video, and yeah, some of those I wouldn't like to see the recommended versions.
Yeah,
of
just
those.
check out like,
Wow.
the history. Check out the history of the Shifty Keys, and since I've been on it, you can tell since I've been accessed, like I've been allowed on it. There's been Game Grumps, there's been Ninja Sex Party, and there's been 80% K-pop.
All right, Luis, TJ, do you guys have any bucket list stuff?
Yeah, I don't properly have like a full-on bucket list, but I do have, I guess you can say it's kind of a list of things I want to do in my life. One of them is like travel the world as much as I can. And if that's too general still, like if you want places I like to go, I don't know, I think one of the top ones in my head is like London, for example. But
don't
you
wanna-
know, oh come on.
Like, it's not the fairy tale that you imagine it to be.
Luis, can
Yeah, well,
can me and you
Tyler,
go to London,
shut up.
and then we'll show up at Tyler's house and call him George all day?
Except he's not in London.
I'm not in London.
That is like number
You're in
2 on
the
my
area.
bucket list.
He's in Reading.
No, I'm not. I'm not even in Reading. I'm in Bristol.
Bristol.
Isn't Bristol where you get mugged and stuff?
No, that's Reading.
Yeah, but it's a small place, Tyler. We can make it work.
Yeah, it's essentially like I think about it as like a really far distant town, but essentially London's like only like a 2-hour drive away, which is nothing to you Americans, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Try driving. Try getting out of Florida when you live near the bottom. It's a 7-hour drive just to get out of the state.
That's crazy to me. That's nuts.
But you know, Tyler, please stop ruining my dreams. And yeah, London's a place I like to visit. Seems like a cool place, at least tourism wise, must be interesting. But yeah,
I won't ruin your dreams.
I guess something else, if that's not enough for your taste, probably go to one of the Fratellis live concerts. That would be
That's a good
interesting.
one.
Yeah, I'd do that with you too.
Fun
Spencer, let's
fact.
go on all the things together, or almost all the things. I like going to the bathroom alone.
Besties!
Fun fact, considering this is the 40th podcast, the theme was made essentially based on the Fratellis, because SpartanSloth went up to me and
Yeah.
was like, we need a theme. And I was like, okay, well, what do you want? And you were like, I don't know, something like the Fratellis. And I was like, huh.
Then I was like something like this, and then I linked you. I think the song was Three Skinny Girls by
Yes,
the
it
Fratellis.
was. If you listen to the theme back to back with the song that he suggested, like you can clearly hear the influence. It's not plagiarism, but it's very inspired, I shall just say. I didn't copy any of their stuff because I can't. I don't know what notes they were hitting.
So if we get bot flagged, you know why.
Are you not good at playing Premiere, Tyler?
I'm good at improvising. I'm not good at listening to a track and knowing, oh yeah, that's an A note right there. You know, like I'm very hard at that.
You can't like pick it out?
I mean, if I was fucking around on my guitar, yeah, but like when I'm composing, not so much.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good at, like, I don't compose, but when I play my violin, I can pick out if it has a clear tune.
Yeah.
And it isn't a chord, because I only can do one
Still-
string at a time, really.
Both of you guys are way more musically talented than me. Like, I play the guitar, but like if we were to compare, I'd say I hit strings and sound comes out, and I know how to do that in a way that you can hear a song out of that. But
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I play a mean triangle.
the electric triangle.
You don't do any Mozart?
I mean, I can do Mozart on the triangle.
I'm the
Damn,
Can I
best
do a
Same
power
tambourine
slide
player.
with the triangle?
So TJ, do you have anything on your bucket list?
Yeah, we keep on
Uh,
getting derailed.
Sadly, not really. I have things like Luis, I have things I want to do. I guess number one on things I want to do would be to go to an RTX because I just want to meet all of you guys.
Would you want to
Guess
go
that's
as a
kinda
guest,
cheesy.
or would you want to be a guardian?
Guest first year, and then I would want to Guardian second year if I got used to it. Because
Yeah,
I
same.
would love to help out there and also meet the staff, on more of a personal basis, I guess. Not personal, but I think you get to know people more by working with them than by just listening to them talk, which I've been doing for 6 years.
You can add this to my bucket list. I want the Shifty Keys to have a panel.
Oh,
There you go.
we just need to get some main person from Rooster Teeth on as a guest. I know Luis tried it and the guy was busy.
And failed.
Rejected.
Well,
Worth a
it
shot. I
wasn't
will
like
give
that.
it that.
But to be fair, I think a lot of people at Rooster Teeth are going to be busy.
Now, you know what? I'm gonna. God damn it, TJ! You don't have to say like that, bitch. What happened was, like, I tried someone, but they were quite busy at that moment, and it's totally understandable because they were like the person was involved in wrapping up one of the shows they were
I
doing.
completely understand it.
So it's like it was really bad timing, but still.
It'd be awesome. I'm not blaming anybody. No,
It was worth a shot.
Do what
It
you gotta
was
do.
Honourable. It was
I have a
courage.
person in mind that he's not necessarily an RT staff member, but he's big in the RT community, I guess, that I want to try and get on here. People
Who?
will find out later. You'll find out.
Oh.
We're not going to say because he's probably, if he's not.
I don't want to make
available-
promises that I can't keep, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to say his name.
You know
I
what?
can tell you guys,
Hashtags,
like,
if-
That's a TJ promise.
or I can say it and you can bleep it out, and then people will be
Do it. I want to
Audience,
bleep
people
if
will
something.
be
you
very
can-
disappointed when the beep doesn't.
Yeah.
They're like,
I'm gonna
oh, I
bleep it."
wanted to hear beep.
I want to
wait,
beep.
wait. If Tyler puts a beep in this, you're gonna have to keep going with the Ebola counter. By the way, Ebola.
No, we've only said it like maybe 5-7 times. Don't say it.
Fine.
Don't.
Ebola,
Don't do
Ebola,
it.
Ebola, Ebola, Ebola,
Not doing it.
Ebola,
Oh,
Ebola,
I
Ebola,
refuse.
Ebola.
Ebola.
You've just guaranteed that now he's definitely not doing it.
You can do your own Ebola counter. You can put the total number in the description.
Nah, it's not even half as funny.
And I
Go on,
don't.
TJ.
Oh,
I don't
Tyler,
mean to shit on
I have an idea.
TJ.
Jack just gave me an idea. Go through
Oh.
the old podcasts and just bleep every time someone says Ebola.
Oh my god! But I swear we never bring
we-
it up. It
We
was
It's a
a
never
shitty
talked
idea,
about
Jack.
Ebola until that first Ebola podcast.
That's what I meant. The last two podcasts being the old podcasts.
I don't think
Jack's
I can
ideas
beep it
are
out
bad,
now.
and you should feel
I'm
bad.
kidding, but anyway. So
And-
where were we at?
I was just about to say, I don't. I feel mean for saying this, and I felt like I could say it in a more private setting, but now I'm going to say it out on the podcast. I feel sorry for announcing this in public. But there's a part of the counter, and I came across it by accident. It goes to 70, to 71, back down to 70. So the number might not be accurate.
I did that on purpose because somebody half said Ebola. They didn't fully say it, and I did it on purpose because it was funny.
Huh? That was... Oh, sorry, I didn't catch on to that. So I guess it's not that humiliating after all.
No. Stop trying to make me seem like a terrible person, because I am.
He does that just fine by himself, Tyler.
Exactly.
Anyway, should we get to wrapping this up?
I don't even remember.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess we can wrap it up.
Yeah, like
Sorry, TJ.
Atomic Thrust.
So, questions for the audience. Spencer, if you may.
The question I wanted to ask was more so for you guys in the audience. I wanted to ask if you guys would ever consider, and I guess to make it a two-parter, if the audience would enjoy it, if you guys would ever do like a cam podcast, like go into a Google Hangout or something when you record.
Ooh. I guess the problem with it would be the audio would sound like shit.
Well, you could record audio and video separately and then try and sync it up later.
Exactly.
That's true.
But like, I guess the most awkward thing is I'm gonna have to be able to edit like the video and the audio together, and then do the audio's editing separately afterwards to make it sound as decent.
Oh yeah,
I
plus
mean, it's possible.
You can't really like make cuts when you do a video.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like if we fuck up,
Plus
or
I'm really ugly, so I don't think anybody wants to see that.
I think
Yeah,
that's
you're
exactly
beautiful.
why they want to see that.
I'm hideous. Like you
Yeah.
know the Hunchback
Well, you
of
know-
Notre Dame? He's my Prince Charming.
Yeah, but
I guess-
Luis is handsome, so it'll balance out.
Whoops.
it's a nice idea. We even consider that for the extra live stream. But again, it's because of those issues. But if we ever manage to find a workaround for them, and if you guys in the audience have any suggestions for that, go ahead and tell us, and we might see what we can do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess my biggest fear about it is just like having to cut a section of the podcast out and have like the video clearly change. Like
Well,
it's
you
obvious
could
that
do
something
what,
was just removed.
Just as an idea, you could do what Achievement Hunter does and do like the technical difficulty screen.
Yeah, but sometimes it might not be
Technical difficulties for when we say something really offensive.
You wouldn't believe how much I cut out of some podcasts. Just saying.
Ebola.
I believe it.
Tyler, would you have edited out Spencer's Typhlosion sex thing if you'd been the editor back then?
You
Would
better
I
not
have?
have.
No, I wouldn't have. No.
Not offensive enough.
You'll have
No.
to like raise that podcast.
It would
So
have to be.
you have
really
to keep
bad.
in mind in that podcast, like the concepts being presented were very raunchy, but there was no particularly offensive language. You know, it was
Exactly.
fairly clean in the way it was discussed. It's just the ideas being presented were like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what the level of standards are anymore, considering on one of the podcasts we talk about polar bear hentai. There's another one where we talk straight up about, fucking Pokémon. So where
Yeah.
do we set the line? I mean...
I don't know.
Politics
Hey,
and
hey,
religion,
Luis.
as we always
Yeah.
explain to our new
Luis.
guests. Yes.
Throwback Saturday. Mira X Korea.
Oh, yeah.
So for a more legitimate audience question, since this podcast will probably come out either right after or right as the new Assassin's Creeds are coming out, if you guys are going to pick it up, which one are you going to pick up and why?
Oh, nice.
Very, very good question.
So, okay then, let's wrap up.
Yep.
Everyone,
Podcast over.
thank you so much for listening. Spencer, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yay!
I don't
And
think we're
once
gonna
again-
throw him back in the basement anytime soon.
Yeah, you might actually stay in the attic this time.
With the rest of the Toy
It's
Stories.
like the basement, but less scary.
Hopefully it's heated
Uh,
this time.
Don't
It
get
gets
your
very
hopes up.
hot. Okay, we'll let you
Yeah,
finish.
because of all the gold fucking. Anyway,
Before we derail.
so yes, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget, you can send us questions on our threads. You can answer the questions we ask you and get a shout out. Actually, you can get a shout out like questions as well. And well, we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Sorry.
You won't, Tyler.
Thank you once again for listening to the Shifty Key Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, well, there's many more where that came from. Feel free to get involved with the Shifty Key Podcast group on Twitter and Rooster Teeth. The intro, editing, and on-the-spot credits were done by TDBTyler, and I think that's about it. Everyone, enjoy your day. Oh,
You
I'm
won't
gonna
keep going?
fade it out on that, and that's gonna
Oh.
that actually hurt.
Okay, so now
That
that
would
we're in
hurt
the
me.
clear, Tyler, can you have like the ending sequence after the song and gym segment? Can it be just a cutout from podcast 11 of Luis and TJ clearly elongating that Pokemon fucking conversation?
I can do that. Yeah, I mean, I could
No,
just
you
like.
can't.
I mean, I can.
No, you
Depends.
cannot.
He can he can tell me right now. If I'm not allowed, he's gonna decide right now. Can I do it?
Don't do it.
Okay.
We all
Do
know
it.
it's Spencer's fault.
We just gotta
if
keep the
it's
illusion
really
going.
my fault, then what do you have to lose, Luis?
I guess the audience can just listen to like episode 11 and find out for themselves. You know, so in the end, it's win-win for me.
I really feel like just because that
You see-
one segment of the episode is so hyped, people forget about the amazing Fahrenheit conversation we had and all the rest of that podcast, which is really good.
But you see,
I don't even
Spencer, the
think
thing
Kitsune
is,
gets mentioned in it, and she joins halfway through. It's always the Spencer Quirky podcast. Kitsune was there as well.
I completely forgot that.
You were
Shut
on the
Jess.
podcast.
I know.
Was that the last time Kitsune was on the podcast, or
Yeah.
the
I
only
believe
time?
so, yeah.
Yep.
still
So-
haven't managed to get them back together.
So I was thinking about wrapping this up with like us reading lines from a Star Bomb song, just like we did in the marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Which one should we do?
Mario.
Really?
I know pretty well the Link one.
Oh, should we do the Link one then?
I don't know the lyrics off the top of my head of any of them.
Yeah, we'll just read the lines like off of a lyric site or something.
Which one, Link?
I can send a link, and I've got it.
Done.
Holy
You know what you
shit,
should do?
Luis, that was quick.
We should all record the whole thing separately, and then you can try and sync them together because they sound bad. Otherwise, it's
Should
just
totally
gonna
be the next Shifty Reads.
We gotta
It's gonna be so
improv. We gotta
laggy.
do it. We gotta do it. Improv.
My
Right
name
then.
is Link. Y'all entered at a Haru.
Been on the force of good since 1986. Old school. I never know how to sing this part.
I'm bringing you a bear. Great, trust me to fuck it up, right?
Well,
I'm
shit.
bringing you a laid-back summertime jam.
Hold on a minute, Link. Wait,
Hey,
can I
what's
always
up,
be the
old
old man?
I see that you've been working on another epic quest.
You're gonna use your ocarina to rescue the princess.
But you need a magic weapon that'll never ever miss.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Oh, thanks, old man. That is really very nice.
I can always count on you for help and friendly advice.
Though I've never seen a sword of quite that shape or size.
Oh god, that's not a sword. It's your dick in disguise.
Yes, I can lie. I have painted my schween.
Now grab your destiny, if you know what I mean.
Wait a minute, Link. Don't leave the cave. Where do you think you're going?
This is a great chance to fondle the scrotum that you're blowing.
That was weird, but whatever. There is no time to lose.
I gotta warp right now to Zelda in this chilled out groove.
Wait, this isn't Ganon's lair. I'm in Liberty City.
This place looks just like Philadelphia, but even more shitty.
I'm at the corner of Dead Cop and Prostitute Junction.
Something in my ocarina must have gone and malfunctioned.
I gotta fix it quickly. There is justice to do.
Hold on a minute, Link.
Old man, is that you?
This is a place you can't survive with just your sword and your wits.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Well, it's really kind of...
Duh, there's a wrinkled dick again.
Look, I know I wear a tunic, but I'm not into men.
Don't be that way, bitch. Let me introduce you.
To my three best friends, Mr. Johnson and the Juice Crew.
If you save the princess Zelda, well, you know you're gonna grab her.
So why don't you try the come grab my inflatable poo jabber?
Oh my god!
I gotta warp out of here. Princess Zelda awaits.
I must defeat Ganondorf or it gets too late.
Okay, now I really don't know where I am.
Hold on a minute, Link.
God damn it, old man!
You're in Raccoon City, the zombie abyss.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take.
No! Fuck you! Fuck you!
I'm not gonna give you a...
I'm not touching your...
Stop the chilled out groove!
You come here and tell me that you got a wee weapon?
It's not cool! I'm not gonna touch it! I'm not gonna...
No!
So is that a no on the hand job or?
Okay.
Nailed it.
No.
Hold on a minute to think. God damn it, old man.
5 stars, 5 stars.
That's my favorite part.
Pat on the back all round.
No, fuck you. I'm not giving you a. I'm not touching your word. Stop the chill out groove. Oh
This
my
is going to
god.
be a really random Easter egg.